Everybody, Fame Rothstein Sports Investing Show. Uh, what I am is a sports investor. I give handicapping advice for you to get to the bag or get dough, man, as my co-host, my normal co-host, my co-D, the L Train, likes to say. He's not with me today. This is just kind of an impromptu video. It's actually off topic than what we normally do. But you can find him on Instagram at LRANKINS19 LRankins19 on Instagram. I'm at fame_Rothstein, FAME_ROTHSTEIN on Instagram, and Fame Rothstein, all one word, on Twitter. Like I said, that's what we do. College football, NBA, NFL, college basketball soon to come. Hockey, there'll be some hockey picks on there as well. And baseball, NFL, all that. But what this video is about I'll tell you what happened. About a week ago, I saw some stuff on Twitter about DJ Vlad from VladTv. For those of you all don't know, Vlad is from what I understand, I've never met the guy, and I don't mean to even direct traffic to his site, but it is what it is. He's culturally relevant at this time, and this needs to kind of be discussed. But from what I understand, he's a tall white Russian cat. May or may not be married to a black woman. I think he is. He does videos. He interviews people through the hip-hop culture and, black culture. A lot of B and C-list celebrities, black celebrities, B and C-list black celebrities who may have had their run already. A lot of the people he interviews already had their run and their time, and they're telling industry stories through either Hollywood or hip hop music. He had people like Pierre and Paula Jai Parker, Tyron Turner. He's had people like that on. Most of the people have already had their run. There are some people who are in the middle of their run. I think I've seen the internet comedian. What's my man name? Spice Adams. I want to say I've seen HaHa Davis or Fat Boy, one of them on there. D.L. Hughley, Charlemagne the God. Those are kind of A-listers that he's had. But what I saw on Twitter tonight was some people saying that Vlad doesn't deserve his spot, this and that. No, I'm not here to champion the guy or promote him, but he's relevant. But the thing that caught me, well, they were talking about there was some stuff about Lord Jamar. For those who don't know, Lord Jamar was a member of the rap group from the 90s, the Brand Nubians. Him, Sadat X, and Grand Puba. They had, several noticeable hits and, songs. Love Me or Leave Me Alone, All for One, Alu Akbar. What else was there? There was, after Grand Puba left, he did his own thing. Had that joint Real to Real, and then Jamar and Sadat X had that classic Punks Jump Up to Get Beat Down. Now, Lord Jamar is a regular on Vlad's video channel here on YouTube. And he once made a statement that Eminem is a guest in the house of hip-hop. Eminem, a white rapper, lyrically special. He's special lyrically. I mean, he could put words together like with any of them. Even Nas even said the song. It said in that diss record, Eminem even murdered you on your own shit, talking about Jay. I don't know about that, but, I guess it is debatable on some level who had the better rhymes on that song. And it was Jay's album, but, I don't necessarily believe that. But, as far as lyrically, Eminem is relevant. Now, when I hear, first of all, Lord Jamar said that, and then Eminem kind of has some responses by words. Then he kind of went to the bars to get at him. And kind of said some foul shit, if you ask me. Make you go fetch some shit and all that. But the statement of you are a guest in hip hop, when I hear that, and I hear Eminem's response, being unhappy about it, I think of that movie Pulp Fiction. Remember with Ving Rhames, Samuel L. Jackson, John Travolta, Uma Thurman, and, Harvey Keitel, just a ensemble cast. Bruce Willis. And I think of the scene where Marcellus Wiley is the character. No, not Marcellus Wiley. Marcellus Wallace, the character, played by Ving Rhames, is telling Butch, the boxer, who's played by Bruce Willis, he's trying to put a battery in Butch's back, to take a dive in a fight. He basically telling him, you old and you washed up, take this money, blah, blah, blah. And Bruce Willis's character eventually he takes the money, but doesn't take the dive, and that, gives you another plot twist. But when I think of Lord Jamar saying that about Eminem and Eminem not liking it and responding, there's a scene, in that scene that I'm talking about, Ving Rhames says to Bruce Willis, he says, quote, paraphrasing, trying to get it as best as I can, but he says, that might be a hard fact for you to deal with. He said, that's a hard motherfucking fact for you to deal with. But it's a fact that your ass had better get realistic about. Yes, Eminem, you are a guest in hip-hop. I don't care how nice you are, where people find you to stand lyrically and all that. You're still a guest. You're still a guest, and shouts out to the D in Michigan, the cats up north. I'm down here in Cincinnati. The team up north, as the former Ohio State coach, Woody Hayes, used to refer to the University of Michigan and that classic football rivalry that Ohio State has dominated. But I don't even fuck with Ohio State like that. I grew up a Michigan fan. But I digress. Yeah, Eminem, you gotta accept that. Because Lord Jamar didn't say anything wrong, gave his opinion on that, then he spitted some fact shit like niggas in my hood didn't listen to Eminem. I don't know no black dude from my generation that has ever bought an Eminem tape, CD, any of that. Just like, you catch him, you catch him. When he came out, look how he was rapping. Hi kids, do you like Primus? Do you want me to stick 9-inch nails to each one of my eyelids? Just weird shit like that. Primus, 9-inch nails, I got the reference just because of, at that time I was in college and, banging mad white bitches. I got the reference. And it was just like, okay, yeah, he could put the words together nicely, but there's something missing. I just didn't, maybe, to paraphrase Biz Markie and Big Daddy Kane on the Vapors, since M wasn't no type of big drug dealer, the black community really didn't appeal to him. Or he didn't really appeal to the black community like that. That's true. Like I said, other than the cats he was holding down, even D12, they was kind of rapping on some weird shit. Saying, rapping about, blue and yellow, purple pills and shit like that. Don't get it twisted. They were putting words together nicely. They had bars, but, Lord Jamar, and to this day, Lord Jamar is probably more known for being in Oz, the TV show that was on HBO about jail. Lord Jamar was probably known for that more, but I don't think he was like, I think he was very accurate saying that about Eminem. I thought that was very accurate and very fair. The average black cat that was from the slums, from the hood, maybe not necessarily been in the streets, doing whatever in the streets, or if he was in the streets, niggas just didn't fuck with Eminem like that, and we don't. Now, some of these younger dudes do, because Section 8 is, out in the burbs now, people renting, nice suburban houses and suburban townhomes that might fuck with him, but dudes who was from the hood just didn't really fuck with dude like that. He just didn't appeal to us like that. The weird rhyme schemes and, like I said, the words that he put together. Wow, you pulled that out? Yeah, okay, yeah. He even did the video of Trump. for the BET Awards did the rhyme. You like, we fuck, I mean, we appreciate it, but it's just like for the, on the whole, niggas just don't fuck with dude like that. And Eminem's gotta accept that. That's because, yeah, you might have came into the house and fucked the bitch on the low, but that don't mean start putting your feet up, making bowls of motherfucking Fruit Loops and Captain Crunch when you want to. You know what I'm saying? No, you're still a guest. You are. Lord Jamar didn't say anything wrong. You are a guest. And you got to accept that. You know what I'm saying? You do. You have to accept it. You're still a guest. No matter where you stand lyrically, among the all-time greats, because hip-hop was never, I got the impression, 10 years old, listening to hip-hop in the Midwest, in the middle and early 80s, that, when you look back on it, hip-hop was never intended for white kids to even really grasp onto like that. It didn't really seem like. I mean, even Common, the rapper Common, even said that in his song, I Used to Love Her, kind of started a beef with him and Ice Cube, because, Ice Cube and his crew apparently took the song the wrong way or whatever. And because it wasn't directed at anybody in particular, it wasn't even a diss song. It was just basically an ode to hip-hop, a love affair with it. And, Common said that, once the man got to her, it altered her navy. He's comparing rap to a girl. It's a hell of a metaphor. Probably the best concept song in the history of rap. But yeah, once the man got to her, he altered her native. So, rap was never really intended for white kids to even really latch on to and whatnot. But once they started doing that, the man realized he could make money off of it, and that is what it is. But back to Eminem, he, like I said, dope lyrically. Put words together with anybody. Nas, Jay, Kane, Big, whoever you Cube, whoever. Scarface, he could put words together with anybody. LL. He even battled. He had the battles with Ja Rule and them. Who else? He started off as a battle rapper. You seen 8 Mile. I ain't gonna sit there in front. I watch this shit. I fuck with him, but I just don't listen to him. Like Wayne says, there's a difference between hearing Lil Wayne, the rapper. Like he says, there's a difference between hearing somebody and listening to somebody. Yeah, I hear him, but I didn't listen to him like that. I hear his bars. I'm like, yeah. I fuck with that line. But for the most part, nah, I didn't listen to him. You know what I'm saying? But humble yourself, Eminem, a little bit. Lord Jamar ain't saying nothing wrong. And as an OG in the hip-hop game, he's allowed to be, not necessarily a gatekeeper, but at least a cultural critic that deserves respect for his cultural criticisms. Again, I've never met Jamar, never met Vlad, never met any of these cats. I'm just speaking as a fan. So, yeah, Eminem, kind of humble yourself. Watch how you going at that black OG, because at the end of the day, them cats you hold that may be holding you down in Detroit, they might even tell you, like, yo, you need to chill out going at black folks like that, bruh. Don't get too fucking comfortable in the house. That's all. Eminem, you've got to accept that. Be a man and accept that. Humble yourself. So, because most black rappers that would rap with you was probably doing it for the money. Because as an artist, it was beneficial for them to rock with you, as opposed to, Benzino from the, what was that group he was in? Made Men or something. I forget the name of his group. But he owned the Source magazine for a while. Eminem had issues with the Source, so he essentially had issues with Benzino. They had a couple diss tracks aimed at each other. And one thing that Benzino said, I fucked with. Because he kind of shed light on the whole thing. Like, I can't rap about killing my mama. I can't rap about that kind of shit. Even though Benzino is allegedly half white or whatever. I can't rap about that shit. He's right. Black rappers couldn't talk about that. What's his name? Ghostface, made that song, All That I Got Is You, talking about how hard it was growing up, 2 at the feet, 2 at the head. I ain't like to sleep with John, he peed the bed, shit like that, but he never dissed his mama in the record. That's just how we grew up. You know what I'm saying? So Benzino did have a point with that. It was a very salient point too. Eminem gets away with some shit, rapping about, the different shit. You know, they had their little issue, and I don't know if it's quashed or whatever, but it is what it is with them. But yeah, bruh, Eminem, bruh, I'm sorry, you are a guest. Jamar's point was very poignant, a little deep. You know, ostensibly it seems like hate for you, but I don't think it was. I mean, I think the dude recognized your spot in the game, but just said, hey, you're still a guest. This is our thing. You know, could have easily turned this shit to some Elvis and rock and roll shit. Shout out Harry Allen, the media assassin. Y'all remember him from Public Enemies? Don't believe the hype. You know, don't believe the hype. You know, that little, remember that song? I'm going to my media assassin, Harry Allen. I gotta ask him. Yo, Harry, are we a writer? You're a writer. Are we that type? Don't believe the hype. I asked Harry Allen on Twitter a couple years ago. I said, is that really your voice? You know, then he sent me a video. He's like, good question. He sent me a video of him talking. Yeah, it appeared to be his voice that he had on that record. But he wrote a article comparing Eminem saga in the 8 Mile movie to Tarzan. Very, very good article. One of the best pieces of journalism I've ever read. And it's not even esoteric. It's a damn good article that you can feel if you read it. Compared Eminem, like I said, to Tarzan, and I thought that was a damn good comparison, comparing 8 Mile to Tarzan, saying that the whole thing was based on Eminem's, this white rapper's ability to adapt to the black culture and dominate it, like Tarzan adapted to the jungle and dominated. So all the monkeys, they were not necessarily concerned with themselves, concerned about him, just like 8 Mile. You don't learn about his other people around him. We learned that they're all concerned with him. Damn good article, Harry. I've told you that on Twitter. Now I'm putting a face to it. So yeah, Eminem, I'm sorry, bruh. You're gonna have to accept that. Holla.